But at the end of the day, I can hold my head up high and say, yes, I had the quality to be signed for a team like Nice, and I was just
They
unfortunate.
came to you.
They came to me, and I was just unfortunate to have such a horrible person as a manager as this Antonietti. The way he treated me, and honestly, I wish if you could see this video, I'll just go on record to say that Antonietti, you're the most horriblest human being I've come across in my life. Honestly, I hope you get.
I'm smiling because I'm not used to him being negative like that.
Yeah, I'm not. But honestly, you're not a nice person, and I hope that you're a changed person, and I hope that you've grown in a way.
Deep down, he knows.
Yeah, I hope that you've grown in a way that you know.
Everyone's got a conscience.
I hope that you've grown in a way that how you behaved and how your managerial style is just of a horrible like nature. It doesn't matter. All right. So what if maybe you don't fancy me as a player, but you need to treat people with respect, and you didn't treat me with no respect and zero respect, and I have no, like, if I had a chance to sit down or if I had my final words to say about you, it's like you're just a horrible man. Horrible. My primary year, and that's something I'll never get back. And who knows what I could have done in those 16 months if I was at another team, or if things worked out in these. But right now, 16 months and nothing, you know what I mean? And it was just hard.
How many months was it that after that meeting before you actually managed to have enough? People can only take so much. They got a breaking point. Everyone's got it.
Yeah, so it was more of like them coming to me than me pressuring them. They came to me and said, you know what, Derek, enough is enough. Here, let's negotiate what you want to be able to leave, and let's come to some sort of agreement, because we can see it's not good for your mental health. We can see that you're struggling here, you're not happy here, and we just want to do the right thing as a club. I said, yeah, I respect that, and the only way I'm going to leave is like if you give me 50% of what money is left on my contract. You understand? And they eventually agreed to it, and then that's just.
And you received a full payment, like, for that?
Yeah, I received the full payment, and I signed. I don't remember what it was, but whatever it was just to say that terminating my contract. I've agreed to terminate my contract with mutual consent or something like that. Then it was horrible. It was a sad time for me, but I thought my career was over when I went back to, when I finally got the money and I moved away from Nice. I don't know how I was feeling. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't a sense of relief. I just felt like a complete failure. Do you know what I mean? It was heartbreaking going back, and just felt like a complete failure. I just thought I let myself down, I let my family down, and that's why to this day I've never ever spoken about it. And to be honest, it was just one of the most horriblest time in my life, in my footballing life. And you understand?
Well, it's good in a way. The only positives you can maybe take from it, you're speaking about it now, and for people, you know, you're giving them advice. They can see these are the pitfalls that can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a good agent, I don't know if this happens, or if you have someone advising you, or in this day and age nowadays, that can't happen. They can't just freeze you out like that. Football's football, but COVID-19 has showed you what the world is about, people dying, etc. But your mental health is more important than Nice finishing 6th or 8th.
Yeah.
You know, in world football. You have to take into consideration someone's well-being. You've employed them as an employee. Look after them, regardless of what you think of them, about their performance, etc. Things happen.
Yeah, you're right. And I felt let
It's
down.
not how you treat human beings.
I felt let down by the club. I felt let down because I think I spoke to the PFA a couple of times, and I felt a bit let down by them because the way that I was getting treated, and they just didn't care. You know what I mean? They didn't give me no support.
But a lot of that is down to the move where you put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So the move was, you know, to someone like Gary Peters or Shrewsbury, they say that's why that happened, because
they probably think what Manchester deserves.
But they don't.
You know
They don't. They if they have an open mind and they look at this story and they listen, that isn't what happened. So you know. Let's not be narrow-minded, you know.
It was just crazy at the time because it was just so strange that I couldn't get into the the Nice first team, but I was an active member of my national team. I was playing active football for my national team. I was playing.
Top class players.
Top class player. Nice is saying I'm not good enough. I knew I was good enough. It was more political than anything else. If it was just down to football ability, I'd have been starting every game, or at least coming off the bench every game for Nice. But it was just something underneath, something that went on that was out of my control, something that went on that all this thing happening just didn't make sense to me. Because yes, I was working hard. Yes, I went off the rails a bit, but who wouldn't? Putting yourself into that situation where I was so depressed. And that's it. You never know what's going on in a player's head. You know what I mean? I had a lot of money. I was in the south of France, and football was going absolutely terrible. So I just thought I'd just make the absolute most of it. Do you know what I mean? I just make the most of it. Otherwise, I'll go insane.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go insane. So I put football, like I said, I put football in the back of my mind. It was all about just surviving, like having fun and doing stupid stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, and not taking football serious, and you know.
But you're here to tell the story, which is a good thing.
I'm here to tell the story, and it's just the story that pains me to this day, till today. Like, I always talk to you about it. I will speak to you personally about it, but I'll never ever, when someone mentions Nice, like every time I look on, like if I was to look, if they were talking about me, they'll say like Nice, 2 a year, 16 months there, 0 appearance. I see on Wikipedia 0 appearance. It's like for someone like me,
it doesn't tell the true story.
It doesn't tell the true story, and it's just embarrassing. It's just, and I shouldn't feel embarrassed about it, but I'm just the type of player that I felt really embarrassed by it. I was 16 months in the team.
But you know what? I think how you need to feel and how you need to, like, we finish this story is Nice came to you. They asked you to come to Nice. They wanted you to sign for them. They gave you a 3-year, a very lucrative contract, and they gave you the number 7 shirt. To me, that shows you were good enough to be in Nice. You were good enough to be in France. And yet, the manager, you know, he let all these other situations, the complications come in between having a very useful, exciting player on his books. And you know, most managers nowadays, I think they're more open-minded. They would have given the player, what does he have to lose by giving you a run here and a run there? What does he have to lose? You know, so you know, you need to remember that and hold your head high. Nice came for you. You played well for against Nice for Ghana. So, you know, You didn't ask Nice to come and offer you this contract. So why should you be left feeling like you've done something wrong or you're depressed? Yeah, but that shows that you care about your career. So anyone that thinks that you don't care about your career, 16 months without a first team appearance after playing first team appearances for 5 or 6, whatever years it was before that, shows
Playing first team.
it matters, because you could have
well.
stayed there for another, for Ghana, but you could have stayed there for another year and a half, earning those wages, but you cut your losses, and you eventually got a club in the UK, but that's for the next story.
Yeah.
That was a good chapter in your career, but that's what you need to remember, that.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I'm glad you put it that way.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
Not that it matters what I think, but I can see it from that point of view. People that know football, clubs don't just come and offer players a lot of money to come and play for their club for no reason.
Yeah.
And you can't distinguish and let the thing that you're a good player get faded by it. So
yeah, I always had confidence in my ability, and that's why I was able to carry on after Nice. But at the same time, I was battered and bruised.
lesser men
I
would
needed,
have been finished.
I needed, even when I came back to England, I needed to take a whole 3-4 months out of the game just to like rebuild myself again as a man first, like get myself before I even think about football, because I was dead as a footballer. Everything was absolutely killed. My passion was dead. My career in football, I thought, was dead. But also me personally as a man, I felt ashamed for whatever reason. I felt ashamed. I felt let down. I felt useless. I felt like embarrassed. Everything you can think of, I was feeling it. It was a really, really bad time for me. Do you know what I mean? So it was all about rebuilding myself first as a human being, as a man. You know what I mean? How I can go to training, being scared to go to training, to go and play football, being scared like a child. You know what I mean? When I was a grown man, because of how this particular manager made me feel. You understand? So I just thought my identity was stolen, because I've always been a self-confident for self, like don't take any rubbish, but yet that man managed to defeat me, that manager, Antonietti.
But you know what? The way I look at it, he didn't defeat you. You're showing him respect because you know how it works. You spoke back to him once after how many times he spoke down to you and abused you and disrespected you in front of the other team. So the one time you have spoken back, because everyone's got a breaking point, as I said earlier. He banished you to the youth team to train. He used his power, he flexed his muscle a little bit. So really, it's not really a fair fight with him, because
it's not
he has the power.
Yeah, and I'm tired of footballers like always being the scapegoat. You read in the media, Balotelli's playing for the youth team, or whoever so and so is training the youth team, but you don't know what goes on. This media, you don't know what's going on. Like Antonietti spoke to the media, and they're like, "What's happening with Derek?" He said, "He's got a bad attitude." How do I have a bad attitude? Yes, what I said to you.
Because he doesn't speak French.
Yeah, what I said to you, like, 'cause it was at my breaking point when I tell you to firm tabouche or whatever. It was at my breaking point where I told you to shut your
that's after a long time.
effing mouth. You understand?
He uses that one thing against you.
If that's called bad attitude, and you want to sell that, just like Gary Peters, you want to sell that narrative to the public that I've got a bad attitude. That's why I'm training with the youth team. That's sickening. That's why I hate. That's why when people are always talking negative about players' attitude, you don't know what goes on. You know what I mean? You don't know what goes on behind the closed door. You don't know what personal demons or what personal battles he's fighting every day in his life, every day in training. Because at the end of the day, he's a human just like everyone else. And because he gets paid well to do a certain job, you think you have the right to label him, and managers have the right to just, do you know what I mean, label him and just let the pack of wolves that is the media just unleash on him.
And the media do that to everybody.
And just destroy him.
The thing is, if anyone's watched this video, they can't have the same mindset that they had if they had a negative point of view about you or what you did or how you did it, because this is real, this is the truth, this is coming from the horse's mouth. It's not no media stunt or anything. What do you have to prove? You don't need to prove anything. You played football for 20 years, professional footballer, so you don't need to prove Jack Jones to anybody. Choice of language there, guys.
Jack
but
Jones,
you don't need to, because that's most boys' dream or girls' dream, being politically correct. But you know, you take your head out of this whole situation with your head held high, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so, because as we keep referring to mental health and stuff, if this was now and someone's subjected to that sort of abuse because they can't speak French, or they can't do this or they can't do that, it's not acceptable. If he came to the UK and he was subjected to that, that's racism.
Yeah.
You know, or I'm not bringing racism into it, but because maybe you don't pick up French that quickly. I don't think I would, but I can play football well. Yeah. My dad would say, Derek can play football. What the hell does it matter what language he speaks? Exactly. The guy can play.
Exactly.
So that's what I think. Yeah,
and you're like, I don't know, if I had someone to just talk to me on a regular, like if I had that mentor to talk to me on a regular, saying just keep pushing on, everything will be okay. You know, football, they say football's a team sport, but football is the most individual sport there is.
These guys don't want you to be successful.
It's the most individual.
They want to be successful.
Individual sports that's got everyone's there. It's like dog eat dog. Just like I got injured, like that guy took me out because I was becoming a threat to this. I was becoming a threat to the first team squad. That I could be taking his place. So he thought it's a perfect time to take me out, and sometimes it's just a horrible environment to be in, because you don't know.
That's why people are naive.
Yeah,
they think it's a team game.
It's not. It's never been. It's an individual sport in a team environment.
And a club brings a player in, immediately everyone feels threat in that team. You know, you're playing on the right side of midfield. You're going up against the other lad. You're interchanging in that game where you get injured, but you're playing against a right back. Yeah. So who's to say that you couldn't play right wing back or right back?
Not even that. It could be like one of these boys because he plays right back, and sometimes he plays left back, and sometimes he can play on the right wing or the right wing back, and he saw me as a threat. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to explain to people, that football is a dog-eat-dog world. You know what I mean? There's 30 players or 35 players, and they're all wanting a spot in the first 11. Do you know what I mean? And you can imagine the competitiveness. Everyone's got their own battles they're fighting, and they will go do something illegal, and they will do whatever it takes to get themselves in that starting 11 before they can perform for the team. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's just a horrible. Sometimes it's just a horrible environment to be in, and especially when things are not going right for you. You'd think that the people around you will galvanize and just have your back. Yes, they say the few kind words, keep your head up, but I know deep down inside, they don't want to uplift you. At the end of the day, I went, thank goodness, I managed to recover. I managed to.
Well, you went on and played for another 10 plus years of.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Professional football, which is no mean feat.
Which England still was still like. I was still blacklisted in England. I couldn't. Every time I spoke to a team, they were no Asamoah, not Asamoah, no, not Asamoah. Everyone was just skeptical, and you know what I mean. But I was lucky enough to get a contract in Scotland, which, you know what I mean, which was a new beginning for my footballing career. So yeah, people, that was just my people, that was just my story of my niece nightmare. My niece nightmare, do you know what I mean? It was a terrible time for me. 16 months without a single first team appearance. For this video, it was very difficult. I didn't want to do it, but my friend, Sean said,
Tell the story, man.
Tell your story. You feel better afterwards, because I feel like such a failure after Nice. But at the end of the day, I can hold my head up high and say, yes, I had the quality to be signed for a team like Nice, and I was just unfortunate.
They came to you.
They came to me, and I was just unfortunate to have such a horrible person as a manager as this Antonietti. The way he treated me, and honestly, I wish if you could see this video, I'll just go on record to say that, Antonietti, you're the most horriblest human being I've come across in my life. Honestly, I hope you get.
I'm smiling because I'm not used to him being negative like that.
Yeah, I'm not. But honestly, you're not a nice person, and I hope that you're a changed person, and I hope that you've grown in a way.
Deep down, he knows.
Yeah, I hope that you've grown in a way that you know.
Everyone's got a conscience.
I hope that you've grown in a way that how you behaved and how your managerial style is just of a horrible like nature. It doesn't matter. All right. So what if maybe you don't fancy me as a player, but you need to treat people with respect, and you didn't treat me with no respect and zero respect, and I have no, like, if I had a chance to sit down, or if I had final words to say about you, it's like you're just a horrible man. Horrible. Yeah, so yeah, that's literally what I feel about Frederick Antonietti. That's how I feel about him, and I hope I never come across him again. And yeah, so yeah, that was it, my French journey. And I feel a tad bit better, like, getting everything out there. And I hope, like, if anyone's going through similar issues with the club, it might not be a massive club like Nice, it could be any club that you're going through, just keep going, do you know what I mean? Just keep fighting, don't be defeated, you know. I didn't have a mentor to talk to me when I was going through it, but I'm here talking to you. I said, I don't even know you, whoever's watching this. Don't be defeated, keep fighting, keep it moving, don't give into negativity. You know what I mean? There's always a silver lining at every dark cloud. There's always a light at the end of every tunnel, and just, like, keep striving for better. And at the end of the day, your quality will shine through. And if you believe in yourself enough, you will always come out as the winner. Okay, so just keep fighting. Yeah, don't let anyone's opinion of you make or break you. Right, just have that strong opinion about yourself, and keep it moving, and things will change. Yeah. So just like to say a big thank you to Sean, because without him, I don't think I would have spoken about this.
No worries, man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
It's good to get it off your chest.
Yeah, 100%. I feel a lot better, and hopefully this video will encourage everyone that's went through anything. It doesn't have to be football, gone anything, just to open up and talk about it. Yeah. So just want to say, like, if you took the time out to watch this video, I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. If you're first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for keeping supporting this channel. And I'm just all about passing on my experience,
knowledge.
my knowledge, and passing on to you, hopefully making you a better player or making you a better person in general. And so keep watching, and I will
And subscribe.
keep watching. I will always be here. And thank you again to Sean. And
Good, man.
subscribe to the channel if you thought this was helpful to you. Subscribe and like it, and share it to everyone you know. And keep supporting the channel, and we will see you. And also don't forget to turn on the notification, because the next video I might make might be a video you need to watch. It might be a video that will like help you in whatever stage your journey is in life. So turn on that notification bell, and we will see you.
Hopefully I'll see you guys again at some point.
We'll see you in the next, maybe not with Sean, but you definitely see me. But a big massive thank you to Sean.
Always, brother, always.
And see you in the next video, guys. Alright, keep your head up.
Head up.
Chin up, head up.